Hello, welcome to FloralMoonTarot. I'm Chelsea. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're coming from TikTok, hello. If you're just circling around from YouTube, hi as well. For my subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for being subscribed. Okay, so in the TikTok, we were talking about messages from your soul. And you need to, just for those of you that were not coming from TikTok, we're talking about believing in your dreams. You have to actually think and truly believe that you can have the things that you are trying to accomplish. You cannot want, let's say you want a specific job, but you're like, I could never have that job. How could I get that job? I'm not qualified for it. No, babes. Because you're always focusing on what you lack. And your soul has been trying to tell you that you have these ideas of things that you could do, things that you want to do. Maybe it doesn't have to do with career. It could be about anything. But your soul is telling you, your intuition is nudging you in a certain direction. You keep getting these recurring thoughts about something, and you just refuse to believe that you can actually have them in your reality, which is why it hasn't shown up yet. Not saying that just believing is doing enough. You have to actually try as well. But it's like, you're not going to try if you don't think that you can have it, you know? So that's why you have to have a positive outlook on things that you are trying to bring into your life, because otherwise there's no point. Like, you're not really gonna actually try to obtain these things if you really don't think that you can have them. Because then at that point, it's like, okay, well, you're kind of just setting yourself up for failure. But you know, your soul is like, I'm nudging you in this direction because you can do it. You can have it. Remember, your soul sees things very differently from us. Like, we see time linearly. I believe that the soul sees time at all times, past, present, future, all at the same time. So, you know, your higher self can see things that worked out. So if something is nudging you in that direction, it's probably because your future self is telling you, hey, you need to do this. You need to do this at this time. So, and even if it's something that you feel like so maybe you do have a dream job and you do feel like you're really, really not qualified. Like, I'm not trying to put you in Delulu land here, okay? But if you really feel like you're not qualified, are you going to do the work? Are you going to buy that book that you can study up so that you can become qualified? Are you going to take another job in the meantime that will get you the credentials to be qualified for that job? So at a later date, you can now, when an opening does appear, when an opportunity does appear, you can actually take the chance and be like, oh, now I'm qualified because I've been working at this job for the past 6 months, and now I know, and now I have that entryway, I have that foot in the door. So those were the messages from the TikTok. Now I just wanted to get a little deeper into that, just to see a little more specifically what your soul might have been nudging you about. We might get a few different paths here because maybe, I don't know how many people are going to see this, so. But what is your soul nudging you to do for my collective? The moon. I want to pull one more for some reason. Ooh, we got 2. Okay. Ooh, interesting. So these are the back of the deck. All right, so we have the 9 of Pentacles. Then we have the 7 of Wands, the Moon, King of Swords, Ace of Swords. Back of the deck energy was 4 of Cups and the Death card. So, I wouldn't say that it's giving very specific It's not giving one specific idea, maybe because hopefully quite a few people are going to see this, but it seems to be something that has literally been on your mind for a long time. And maybe you pushed it back like into your subconscious. Like you were kind of just like, that is just like not happening. It's not happening. Let's say, for example, you want to be like, you want to have your own business, right? But you're like, I work a 9 to 5. I don't have any time to make my own business. I don't even know what the hell I want to sell, okay? You have no idea about anything that has to do with owning your own business. So you were kind of just like, I'm just going to push that to the side and maybe I'll think about it when I'm rich. But, you know, you're really not on that path to being very rich right now. So like, it's kind of just always lingering, but you're never doing anything about it. It's like something that you feel like would bring you peace, but to get there, you would have to really, really, really fight for yourself. You would have a lot of obstacles. You feel like, you know, owning your own business, like we're going to use that example for this reading. Owning your own business, you know, there's things that you need to do. You need to get an LLC and all that. Like, you need to make sure that you have an idea of what you're going to sell. You need to be creative enough to create the thing that you're going to sell. And if you're going to sell multiple items, things like that, you need to find wholesalers. You need to connect. You need to network. You need to market. You need to know how to do all those things, right? So it's like something that would bring you peace once you actually accomplish all of those hills. And it's also something that requires a clear mind. A clear mind with a clear plan. Like you have to really, it's something that has to, like, it just really requires like your actual thoughts. Like it's just not an easy feat, it seems like. But it's always in the back of your mind. It's always there. Your soul is like, please let me out. Like, let me out. You might dream about it a lot. Or if you don't pay attention to your dreams, try to. And look up some symbols. Because maybe those symbols will tell you, like, hey, you have this idea here and you keep letting it sit and I'm trying to get you to do something about it. Because dreams can be very powerful because it feels real for the most part. Unless you're very good at lucid dreaming, it feels real. Like you're going to think it's real. So you're going to feel certain emotions while you're in the dream. Your brain is trying to pull those dreams out. They're trying to pull those emotions out so that when you wake up, you want to do something about it. Like that's what they're for. Like I don't think that dreams, or maybe, I mean, this is what I think, but I don't think that dreams are just, oh, that's just remnants from the day. Like, no. Of course, sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not, especially if it's a recurring dream. It's a recurring feeling. Do you have a lot of dreams about being in elevators or escalators going up specifically? Like, that's you moving into a higher consciousness. Like, whatever you're doing in your life at that time is what you should be doing, because that means that you're very in tune. That was just an example. But maybe you have been dreaming about elevators. Who knows? But it's something that requires change. And it's like you really have to, like, look at your other opportunities. I think it seems like you're just very afraid. And your soul is like just really trying to nudge you to create this newness. Like the death card doesn't mean literal death. It means a metaphoric death of change. It's like a snake shedding its skin so that it has the new skin that's even better. You know, you're going to have to go through this, but you will end up with the peace. For sure, if you do follow that nudge. I don't know if that was enough information for y'all, but that's what the universe is giving. So let's see what energy you are in right now, because that is the energy that your soul wants you to be in. It's obviously whatever this thing is that is nudging you It's obviously something that makes you uncomfortable because you just know that it's gonna not be the easiest thing ever. But it will lead to peace, babes. And it will also lead to you being much more, like, happy mentally and just, like, clear. Like, mentally clear. You might be, like, very fogged in the head right now and just, like, you're lost. You feel like you're kind of just floating. That's because you're not following your intuition here. So let's see. Let's just see what you are doing, because it seems like you're not doing what your soul wants you to do. So I just want to see, like, what's the energy, just so you're aware. I feel like you don't want to change your path because something hurt you before. Something hurt you, so you're like, I'm not going into any other doors because this one at least is comfortable, right? At least I have the comfortability. At least I know what I'm getting myself into every day if I just stay where I am. But the thinking woman is about transformation. You know, she's reading, she's learning. She has this butterfly here. And there's flowers blooming as well on the stairs, and it's like she can go up these stairs and she can reach, what was I just saying, oh my god, about an escalator or an elevator, like going up and having a higher consciousness. It's like you can move forward, you can move towards this peace that you want with a clear mind, because the thinking woman has a very clear mind. But you're afraid because something just didn't work out in the past, I feel. And so you're closing off opportunities that you have. And it's like, you could be free. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You could be free, but you're choosing, I mean, it's not a very intentional choice, but as of right now, you're kind of shackling yourself because you don't want to try these other things. Because you're afraid of failure. You're afraid of getting your heart broken. So whether this is in love, whether this is, whether it's a nudging in love, or whether it's a nudging in career, or it's a nudging in just your life in general. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to move somewhere else. Like, you don't want to be where you are. But, like, you're like, ugh, to move. If you live in America, I mean, this shit's expensive as hell. So, like, maybe you're like, I really want to move to freaking Washington or something and just be around nature, but I can't leave my family, I can't leave my friends, I can't leave what job am I gonna get? I don't know what the hell is out there, you know, like, there's a lot. But if it's something that truly you feel like will be better for yourself, like, try it. You can always move back home, you know, like, if you try something in a relationship with a person, if they hurt you, I mean, so be it. You're gonna move on. Like, there is no, I don't really know how else to describe it. But it's just like, there's always going to be a good outcome, quote unquote, and a bad outcome, quote unquote. An outcome that you want versus an outcome that you are not particularly favorable of. But it's like, you're never going to know what outcome it's going to be unless you try. Like, it's literally Schrodinger's cat, if you've ever heard of that. Basically, this man put a cat in a box, and he put this, like, what's the freaking word? He put some atom in there, some friggin' toxin. And basically, the atom will either, like, detonate, quote unquote, and it will kill the cat, or it won't. And then the cat will be alive. But it's like, you're not going to know until you open the box. So basically, the cat is living in superposition because you don't know if the cat is alive or dead until you observe it. So that is what your soul is like, hello, please. You need to observe one of the options. Like, you have to pick a different path. The path that you're on is no longer, you can't move any farther with it. Like, you're gonna be in the same spot, but you keep staying there because you feel like if you open the box, the cat's gonna be dead and you're gonna be sad. But there's a possibility that the cat will be alive, and that will be a great thing. And now you have a cat. Like, you have to think about it like that. Like, it's just like, you literally are not going to know. Everything, every choice, every parallel universe is not going to exist until you observe it, until you do something. And you have to free yourself to be able to experience that. Until you free yourself from this past heartache, for whatever reason it was, maybe you had a job that you loved and you got freaking fired. Like, I don't know what the scenario is necessarily for you particularly, because it's a general reading, but it is something that just did not turn out the way that you wanted. And now it's making you fearful to try something new, or try something again, or try something in that same realm. But it's obvious that you want to move somewhere. Like, something wants to be changed. What energy are they in? What is my... Ooh, and we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Yeah, it's like, and then maybe you get upset about it, about where you are in life, but it's like, you are the one that controls it. Unfortunately, no one is going to do anything for you. That is a hard pill to swallow. It's very difficult because obviously you have a parent or whoever that raises you or is around you, and like, a lot of other people influence your thoughts and ideas and how you grow up and everything. And it's easy to like be like, well, I want somebody to take care of me. I want somebody to do everything for me so I don't have to do it. But if you don't have that person, if you don't have those people, if you don't have that stability around you, you have to do it yourself. And it's like, no one is going to know the deep, deep thoughts that you have. That is all you, babes. That's all you. So if your soul is really, really, really trying to get you to do something, you have to be the one to listen. Nobody's just gonna like randomly come up to you and be like, oh, hey, I have this idea. Why don't you do it with me? And it be the same exact idea as you. Maybe somebody has that same exact idea and maybe they're fulfilling it in their own life over there. But like, if you want to fulfill it, you have to do it. You have to do something. Like, it's just obvious that there is some kind of change that needs to happen. And you are the only one that can free yourself. Because yes, freedom is reversed right now, but you can easily have it upright if you take this time to like be in your thinking woman energy and really look at your other possibilities. Because I feel like you have ideas and just other paths that you know or that you want to take, but you're just scared. And it's okay to be scared. I'm not saying that you have to be Daredevil and like not be afraid. Everybody has fear. It's just, you need to have courage as well. Like, you need to have courage. All right, let's get some more. Look at that, the wizard. Use your skills to aid others. Okay, maybe there's nothing else in here. And that's okay. I'll do two more. Anything else? Thank you. The Satyr, revelry and indulgence. Maybe you indulge in this broken heart. Like, maybe you indulge in, oh, well, I want to try it. I want to do this. I want to talk to this person, but it always ends up so shitty. So I'm not going to do it. And then you wallow in it. And it's like, you can't complain about it if you're not going to change, you know? Then you have to just accept what your reality is. But you cannot complain if you're going to indulge in that behavior. I don't mean to be, this is a harsh reading. I'm sorry. I feel like it's just because it's something that has been going on for a while. And I do feel like you're trying, but you're not trying hard enough because you don't believe that you could actually achieve it. That's why. If you had more faith that it would actually work, I think that you would try harder and I think that you would see results. But so at this point, your soul is like, can you listen to what I'm trying to say? Damn. And like with the wizard, like that just makes me think of makes me think of the world for some reason. Any other messages from the soul of my collectives? From the souls of my collective. Oh, I just looked at the timer and it's 3:33. I think that's Archangel Michael. Maybe Archangel Michael has some messages for you. What are those? Thank you. Oh my God, look, you got the Death card again. Change is upon you, babes. And you know what else is interesting? If you continue to sit in this broken path that is no longer for you and you refuse to look at these other possibilities, the universe will do it for you. It will do it for you. And you might not like the outcome. I'm telling you right now. At least if you try it yourself, you can have more of a say of what's going to happen. But at some point, the choices will be made for you. And if you don't like them, you can't complain. All right, we have pathway. What I say, you got to try different paths. You have to try a different path because the one that you're on is just no longer suiting you. It's no longer suiting your soul. It's no longer suiting the purpose that you have. And then we have gift and expectation. So I feel like you kind of just assume that everything will just work out if you just don't make a choice or if you just don't move. But like I just said, you think it's going to be a gift. And not saying that it wouldn't be, but also it's usually not the best outcome because it's not the outcome that you tried for. It's just the outcome that works for everybody else around you. Everybody still has a big influence on you. And even though you can have your own influence on your own life, obviously, because it's your own life, you need to actually take the action. If you don't take the action, like I said, the universe is just gonna, it'll just, whatever happens, happens, because you're in the middle of everybody else's stuff, and eventually it will affect you, and eventually it will push you in some direction, whether or not that was a direction that you wanted to go. That's why your soul tries to get you to do it quickly so that everybody else doesn't affect your decisions. Because it's like you being a baby. It's like everything up until a certain point is really just learned. And I believe that, like, yes, everybody has their own, I don't know the word. Destiny, maybe? But, like, forget that thought. But I think you know what I'm trying to say. I would hope that you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just like people can affect you if you don't do anything yourself. Like, it's not just going to be a gift. Like, you have to bury this self that you have right now for you to enter a new pathway. And this pathway is beautiful, babes. It is. Like, your soul is not going to lead you astray. It may seem difficult, but it's not going to be a bad path. Like, hard work is required in anything. Like, it just is what it is. We're living life. Life is freaking hard. Like, you know, so, but this pathway is beautiful. There's butterflies. There's beautiful trees everywhere. There's beautiful trees everywhere. There's a golden light at the end of the forest here. So it's definitely something that will create peace for you, like I said, with that Nine of Pentacles. But you have to walk a different path. You have to transform. You have to allow yourself to be different than how you are now. And then we have expectation. And I feel like you just expect the universe to just be like, here, I know that you have this running thought in the back of your head. So here you go. Here it is, right in front of you. No, babes, it doesn't work like that. The universe is a neutral thing. You have to be the one to move it, once again. The same way that other people can move your energy if you do not move it yourself. Like, it's just a neutral thing. It's not rooting for you. It's not rooting for you. It's literally just existing. And you are existing in it. And you are a part of it. But you have to do something. You have to do something, babes. All right, let's just get some soul messages for some advice. And then I think we're done. Oh, and we might get some wisdom cards really quick. But what advice does their souls have for them at this time to help them move towards this new pathway? These cards are like so hard to shuffle sometimes. I might have to. Divine animals. And the number 22. So balance for sure. Animals might be significant for you at this time. Maybe you should look up what your spirit animal is. Maybe it'll help you on your journey. And we have divine feminine. So maybe you're just like really in your divine feminine energy right now. Oh, and so because of that, you're just more in your yin energy, like your sitting energy. And that's fine to a point. Let's just read what they say. Divine animals. Spend time with your pet or in the company of any animal to realize the same light that flows through you flows through all living creatures. We all create different containers for our soul experiences, depending on our individual desires and dreams. Humans experience greater contrast than animals. This is why our influence and creations are wider reaching. What I say, people influence you if you don't really do anything. However, this also makes it easier for us to split and stray from our hearts. Animals reflect the divine love that we are. When we are around animals, it is easier to move into alignment where we can be inspired to grander creations. People often believe they receive unconditional love from an animal, as an animal is more likely to be aligned with its soul instinct and doesn't need you to be different to who you are for it to feel loved. You will feel free to be who you are. Freedom! What's that we were talking about this whole time? When you emulate this behavior for yourself, life becomes more relaxed, loving, and your relationships will catapult to a whole new level of joy. So, if you don't have any animals, you should go to a cat cafe. That's what I just heard. Go to a cat cafe. Hopefully you like cats. And there's a lion here. So, there's a lot of Leo energy, fire energy, energy of movement. But if you don't have an animal, maybe you have a child that's around you. Maybe you work with kids, or maybe you're an aunt or an uncle, or you are a parent. Kids also have the same energy as animals, like just very unconditional love. Like everything that humans experience, like everything is taught. Okay, so like, we would all be loving people. I really believe that wholeheartedly. If we weren't taught bad things and shown bad things all the time. But you definitely need to be more in that energy of just like being in flow with the universe itself. Not really in flow with thoughts of broken hearts and things like that. And then let's just look at divine feminine. Shine your inner light on your desires. Look at that. What is this whole reading about? Your soul wanting you to please follow your desires, follow your passions, follow the ideas that appear in your mind. Look beyond the obvious and the superficial into the heart of a matter. Peer deeper into the hidden and explore the mysterious. Remember your vast potential and the unlimited possibilities available to you. Unlimited possibilities. Adjacent possibilities is literally the name of that card. It is time to trust your intuition, your inner voice, and your instincts. This may also be a time for stillness, for there are unforeseen forces at work. The Moon card. Unforeseen forces. It's like there's things that you're not seeing, but you need to, like, once again, like, I feel like you can have the peace. You're not going to see the peace right away because you might have to deal with some stuff, but the peace is there. It's just in working. There are unforeseen forces at work orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences to your life. Allow yourself to receive all that you want. You are the mother of all you create. Nurture yourself and all that flows within and around you. There may be an impending marriage or birth around you, either physically or symbolically, which is interesting because you got the death card twice. So with death also comes rebirth. There may be I read that. The divine feminine wants you to know there is always enough to go around. Abundance is everywhere. Embrace joy. So remember that the same way that those people that you see online are living their best lives and they have their little business and they make a lot of money and they have a lot of abundance and they do whatever they want during the day and they don't have to work a 9 to 5. Because remember, we're just using the career thing as the example for this reading. The same way that you see all that, you can have that. You can have it, but you have to be willing to accept and receive that energy. Okay. Whew. That was intense. But that's all I have. I really do hope that shook you up a little bit. Because your soul is like, please, please, please. Like, at some point, remember, if you don't make any action, if you don't move yourself, the universe will move for you. And you might not like how it turns out. So, but yeah, that is it. I hope you like this reading. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube, please subscribe. I will be posting every week. If you came from TikTok, follow my TikTok. I do more readings, like short readings on there and stuff. And then you can also see the snip feed readings that I put on snip feed. And you can get like personal readings from me, etc. But yeah, please subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I post, so that you can always have your weekly messages. And I hope I see you in the next video. Mwah, mwah. Thanks for being here and enjoy your week.